welcome to episode 329 of the 8-Bit Geek. If you're new around here, let me explain what listening to the 8-Bit Geek is like. It's a lot like going to Quakecon for the first time. You know, you're nervous about it, thoughts going through your head, and you're like, man, should I really do this? Am I going to have fun? Well, you pack up all your gear anyway. You load it in your car and you hope for the best. You get to the hotel. You get in that long-ass line and you think, was this worth the effort? I'm fucking rolling around this giant rig into a hotel, going up elevators, escalators. You finally get to your seat, you sit up, and then it hits you. You're overwhelmed by the atmosphere. It instantly hooks you. You enjoy playing your games, you go to panels, you see all the sights. Before you know it, it's over. The weekend of fun just goes by in a flash, leaving you just wanting more. That's a lot like us. I'm Jeremy, and with me today are two men who refuse to cram themselves in a room with 3,000, I was going to say 300, 3,000 other men to play games.
Doug. That's me.
I've done worse for less.
Whoa.
I'm Kevin.
Kevin's dad?
How you doing? The real dad. Not this painting shit.
Oh, God.
I don't know why he sounds like that. It's weird.
I'm a zaddy.
I went to, I just finished up Quakecon, guys.
Nice,
back.
man.
Yesterday was
What's
last-
that?
And you're totally energized, right?
I am exhausted, and I'll tell you why. What's that?
Ooh.
QuakeCon is a yearly LAN party with over 3,000 people who get into a room and party hard. They play games ranging from Overwatch to actual Quake. They have Quake tournaments. They've got Wolfenstein gear, and they've got booths galore. You can buy from your favorite video card all the way to some sweet chocolates. They've got it all, Doug. Enjoy up to 94 hours of gaming.
That's it?
90 only? God, that's like not even worth a $30 purchase these days.
Tickets are $75.
What? That's like DLC smashed into there? What? EA running this place?
Tickets are $75 for a BYOC seat.
VIP seat?
No, that BYOC seat. A VIP seat's like $300.
Wait, BYOCC, was it bring your own crap computer? What is this? What does CC stand for?
BYOCC.
Some people really do bring really crap computers.
Bring your own chair and computer. Do you have to bring your own chair? Wait, how does that work?
No, they provide chairs and tables, and you have to bring your computer, your equipment, and a 50-foot Ethernet cable.
Holy fuck. Wait, did they have them for purchase there?
Am I plugging into a switch? Do I have to like run it all the way down and plug it into a port on a switch somewhere?
In the middle of the table. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a LAN party, man.
Yeah. No Wi-Fi in this bitch.
So what was the craziest PC tower that you saw? What was that looking like?
Oh my God! There's one that wrapped. They wrapped it around like a curved. I put it on my Instagram. They built it like a curved monitor, and that was wild. And it was all water cooled and everything, and it was really sick. There was another computer that was built into a Super Nintendo.
What? Oh, just the whole motherboard and everything was like a mini build or what?
They put a mini build inside of a SNES, and then they put a 1080 on top of where the cartridge goes.
Oh,
So
that's
sticking out.
rad.
So that was pretty cool. You see everything from somebody putting what are they called? What is the old computers? It was a
Commodore 64.
No, like a comp
USA.
No, that's the store. CompuServe. No, Compacts.
Compact?
Oh yeah, Compact. Yeah.
Well, they had this
Rosario or whatever.
Yeah, Compact. Yeah, Ryan's got it. So they Doug's mad because he said it first, and I said Ryan's got it. I gave Ryan the credit. So somebody built one into an old 99 case and stuff
Like
like
a
that.
486 case.
Yeah, it's real crazy. I mean, they go nuts. I saw a tower that stood about 4 feet tall. Somebody built a tower that was about 4 feet tall. Good luck getting that out to the car or bus that you have to put it in. Fucking
My mom dropped me off.
UPS truck. Yeah. So,
What about monitor placement? Did you have any like Lucius Fox dudes there with like 14 monitors laid up?
no, nothing like that because there's just no room unless you purchase multiple seats, right?
Hmm.
So, if you purchase multiple seats, I did see somebody with a giant ass, like maybe 32-inch wide, ultra wide, setup and stuff. So, but and Prodigy of Cade says the only good PC game is Skyrim. Funny story, I met the writer of Skyrim.
All right, name dropping. All right, I like it. Go on.
Name dropping without a name.
No name.
Ah, yeah.
Actually, I don't know if he was or not. They could have been fucking with me. I'm not 100%.
But we're offering alcohol, so there's a good chance.
I was drinking at the time. So,
Yeah, guy's like, I played a lot of Skyrim. Yo, you wrote that shit?
yeah, I was like,
I wrote a lot of Skyrim fanfic.
I wrote this one story about fanfic, and it was great. They named it Skyrim, and made it into the game. What, Skyrim? No. Oh, so let's see. There
You may have
is
taken an arrow to the knee, but I may have just taken an arrow to my heart.
yeah. I'm not so confident with it, but they did have a few new things this year. I went last year, was my first year. This was my second year. They have new security in place, which on day one caused woof. People were about to riot because of it, because they put in, the shooting at the EA event. So they have new security measures. They put in metal detectors all the way across. You had to, anytime that you wanted to enter and re-enter, you had to go through the security bag checks everywhere. So it was really a huge process. Honestly, after day one, they retooled, they refigured it out, and day two was really, really smooth. Now I came in on day two, so I didn't experience the because every time you went to the bathroom, you had to go back through the security. I guess that's what was being said, and so you had to get re-scanned and everything. And so they moved they moved the metal detectors and readjusted. It was fine. It took 2 seconds. Everybody kept bitching about it, though, of course. So,
That's how it's gonna go.
yeah. And then Jeff and I, we did a whole bunch of stuff. We had a lot of fun. We got through the Borderlands 2 DLC, the Tiny Tina DLC.
Yeah.
Nice.
We finished that. God damn, that DLC's hard.
Is it?
Did you have to create a character for it, or did you already have?
We already beat the game, and we went back to our old characters.
Nice.
But we were level 34 when we started, and that shit still was tough to get through. It took an extra long time, but still a ton of fun and really funny. And then we started the new DLC. We played a little bit of Youngblood.
Okay.
On Youngblood. And we actually got free T-shirts for it. There was this a Bethesda employee that walked by, saw us playing, and was like, "Oh, you're playing Youngblood. Here you go," and gave us cards to redeem for free shirts.
Nice.
I got you both one as well.
Okay.
Yeah, my boy.
Because Ryan walked by, and he went, and we were playing Overwatch, and he goes, "Oh, look, Youngblood," and threw cards at us.
Thanks, Ryan.
By the way, yeah, shout out, dude. Thank you. Thanks for everything. It was cool finally getting to meet you. Well, meet you in Overwatch, I guess, in voice chat.
Doug's like, "What the fuck?
What the fuck are you talking about? Did you came down, Kev?
That's why I'm so tired. So much driving. No, while we were playing Overwatch, Ryan walked by, and then Jeremy popped him on the mic, so I could talk to him for a minute. So
Yeah,
cool.
that's when he stopped by, and he was just talking to us, and I was like, "Oh, hey, by the way, here's Kev." And then he talked for a little bit, and Ryan had a big old cheesy smile on his face talking to Kev, and it was really fun. So so we did meet up with Ryan. He invited us out to a couple events. We turned down the first one, which we highly regretted because it was called Master Pancake. and it's this movie where they riff on they were playing Doom, and the movie, and Master Pancake's kind of like what's it called?
Mystery Science Theater 2000.
So I guess it was a ton of fun, and we wanted to play games instead because that's what we were kind of there for. So we were like, no, we're just play games. But then we heard everybody fucking loved it, and I was like, damn it, we should have went. And they did a drinking game and everything. So, but we did like a lunch buffet by the water. It was really romantic. We saw a dancing panda, and then the clan group A2M, of course, took their shirts off on Saturday night. It was the first time that I got to see it and live, and that was fun.
I don't know what that means, and I hope everything is legal.
Yeah, I don't know. What does that mean? I mean,
I don't know what A2M is.
I don't know what,
that doesn't mean like ass to, is that ass to mouth? A2M? Is that you're fucking with us?
Look at A2M has been going to Quakecon for many years. It's a big gaming clan. It's a gaming clan, Cap.
Okay.
So I just said it in the beginning. I said it's a clan.
It's a clan of ass
so
to
they
mouth.
get together at QuakeCon, and then they had new recruits, and they did a ceremony where new recruits come in, and on Saturday night they take their shirts off, and they do a chant, and they initiate the new blood, and they get a headband, and people chant and have a good time. Kev, like it's just friendship, man. I know it's new to you.
I mean, even friends go ass to mouth. I mean, it's just
what?
In the heat of passion.
No, it's never like they say in the chat. It's never okay to go ask them. Okay, so I'm on their website. Who are we? We are the world's first shirtless Quake clan, founded at North America's largest LAN party, Quakecon. We are a group of like-minded, diverse individuals with a broad spectrum of skills and talents. Mostly, we like to take our shirts off.
I mean, I can relate.
Drink our favorite adult beverages, get hyped, and play computer games together online or in LAN. How do I join? Do you have to like send them a
shirtless picture?
Like a shirtless picture?
I mean, I've got a bunch loaded, but
yeah, you could send them a whole portfolio.
Yeah.
You could join this place, man.
God, you have to be like approved.
Yeah, you have
send
to
them my old unboxing videos.
You gotta go through their initiation, man.
Jesus. Okay.
But they have a huge, as you saw in the video, they have a huge section of the con, and they've got a lot of people, and they just a group of friends who get together every year and have fun.
That's awesome.
We want to expand our little get up. You know, it's just Jeff and I. We talked about it this year. We're like, hey man, like, should we grow this thing and have other friends come in and do this with us? And
well, we talked last year about making QuakeCon the con for 8-bit. I mean, the problem for me was with the timing and my job.
So they announced dates already.
Yeah, August 6th through 9th, which I don't know.
Nice.
I might be able to look up the school's schedule, but August is when stuff starts, and I normally have to work August weekends. So I have 2 weekends I don't have to work in August right now, but that could change. I mean, classes start at like the last week of August this year and not earlier. So if it's earlier, August 6th may not work for me. So it's one of those tough where it's like, that sucks. Just depends.
I thought it'd be really cool to have all the that be the place where all the fans get together too, because I know we have a ton of PC gamers in our clan. I mean, in our community, and so it'd be cool to like actually have something for them to do. That was my biggest issue with when everybody came out to Comic Palooza that one year.
Mm-hmm.
We had a whole bunch of people like fly from different states. I felt so bad because I was just like, I can't. How are we entertaining these people? Like, there's nothing for us to do other than stand at this booth.
Next year, the first day of class is August 24th. So I could probably make August 6th through 9th work next year.
It's on my radar, dude, because I heard, the last 2 years I've wanted to go. Especially, I really regret not going this year because I love Doom, and this is the year of Doom.
Right.
So I would have loved to see all the extra stuff they had for it. I don't know what they'll bring next year. Did they even announce any kind of theme yet?
Not yet.
I will say we had a question earlier in the chat that was asking what we have a donation thing on our live stream that says convention goal 2019, whatever. We did Dallas Comic Con this summer, so that while we're still raising money to always go to conventions because that's kind of like what we do during the summers. That should be QuakeCon. We should make that our QuakeCon goal. The $5,000 that we try to raise to pay for things that we need for conventions, like hotels, booths, travel, things of that nature. We should. That's what that should be.
I'd love to do a big sponsor of one of the tournaments. It gets a lot of
Eyes.
publicity and eyes, and
Yeah.
you know that's for the demographic. But I don't. But I here's the thing. I don't want to work it.
No,
I want it to be
absolutely.
fun.
Yeah.
I want it to be fun for us.
Yeah, Kev, go change the donation goal.
That's what I'm actually. No, I'm already looking at it.
Go change it. Go ahead and zero it out. We'll start fresh.
I got you, boo.
So then I didn't even. So we did. And then we met up with Ryan, who is
Ryan! Not that Ryan.
That's what I said. That's what I said the first time when he jumped on Overwatch. He's like, "Here, let's talk to Ryan." I was like, "Ryan?" And then he got to, I don't know.
Ryan,
That's not
talk
Ryan.
to your mother. Oh, you're not my Ryan. You're not my sweet little boy.
Ryan.
You're not my...
So
Starting to turn into Pennywise there at the end.
yeah.
Hello, Ryan.
Hello, Ryan.
Hello, Ryan.
I can't say enough.
Being a dog.
That's sort of Shaggy there at the end of that one. Or Scooby.
I sent a text to him today, just thanking him for everything that he
Man,
does.
you
I
got
was
that
like,
fool's number?
yeah.
Man, you... But next year, y'all could be fucking...
Oh, this year it almost happened. We got fucking Schwazy. We got Swifty. Is it Swifty?
Yeah, it's Swifty.
Swifty. Man, good God. So this is what happened. We go to the meetup and you're given two drink passes. And I'm like, okay. So I get a couple drinks and we start talking to everybody. He introduces us to all the ESO Bethesda staff and everybody who works on the PR and from the manager to all the way to also the testing manager who runs the play testing for Bethesda. And so we're all talking, we're chatting and having a good time. I run out of passes, Jeff runs out of passes, and then Ryan is like, y'all want some more beer? And I was like, I don't know why he's so country there. Y'all want some beer?
Hey, boys, y'all want some more beer? Let me just head on over to the keg, and I'll get one tapped, and we'll bust out some more beers for you guys. We'll just sit here and just lollygag all night drinking these damn beers.
What the fuck?
So,
Yeah, that ready to go.
so he does that. And he brings over more. And don't worry about it. I got you guys. And so I have about 5 beers at that thing, and this was over the course of about an hour and a half.
No.
And we're both feeling great. Everyone's feeling good. Jeff's feeling good. I'm feeling good, and then Ryan's feeling good. And then he introduces us to the lead marketer for Rage 2, and we're chatting with him, and then he introduces us to the lead on actual ESO, and he comes over with this fucking awesome ass cup, and it's a devil horns cup or something. It's something horn cup. I don't know. They're selling it on the store, and I'm like, that's a fucking badass cup. So he's talking to us, and we're just chit chatting away, and we're talking, industry stuff and things I can't say because it was said in confidence. But after that, we're like, all right, so what do we want to do? At this point, Jeff is like, guys, I'm too much of an introvert. I got to get out of this community thing. There's too many people. He goes back to the room and he goes back to his chair, and he has another beer with him, right? He's like, I'm going to get another beer.
Are you going to be my sugar daddy?
Okay, cool. We're going to go get some beers from the store here, some cans. We'll bring them back down. So we go get a 6-pack essentially from the store, and we start walking down to the BYOC, and security stops us and says, we can't let you in. And we're like, okay, why? And they're like, because your beer's in cans. You have to put them into a cup, or you have to put them into like a thermos, and then we can let you in. And I was like, you have literally cans of balls in there. Like, what's the difference? That's just what the rules are for the hotel guys. Sorry. Even employees can't come. Okay, so we decide that we're going to go off and hang out and we shotgun. We try to finish these beers as fast as we can. Guys, I am fucking shit-faced at this point. Absolutely shit-faced. We're sitting there having a good talking time. We're laughing. We're hugging. We're kissing. There's just weird shit happening. We didn't do any of that, but we did chit-chat, and we're having a good time. And then we're like, all right, let's go back inside and talk to fucking Jeff. So we're walking, and then it happens. Coming down the stairs.
There's a dick in your butt.
Go on.
In your butt, baby. Go ahead. Continue. Sorry. Was I wrong? Because it's taking you a long time to recover.
The creative director for Doom Eternal walks down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, this is on stage. Cool guy. And then Ryan goes, hey, and I go, no. Inside, I'm like, no, don't do it. No, I'm so drunk.
I'm so fucking wasted right now.
And Ryan's like, hey, I got to introduce you to somebody, man. And I'm like, Ryan, you're so drunk too. And,
they're at Quakecon, right? I mean, like, duh.
That's yeah.
So, there was a lot of talk of getting him on the show. There was a lot of chit chat about making that happen, and he was open to the idea. And it's got to go through PR and stuff. But then also, hold on, you're going to lean back. I was like, this guy's drunk too. These are a lot of empty promises. I'm scaling this back now because I don't even hear what I'm saying out of my mouth anymore at this point. And so that was fun. I got to meet him. We chit-chatted for a bit. He was going off to party. We were going off to party.
Nice.
To meet Jeff. And yeah, I was completely gone. It was a fucking fun night though. And then he came back. We chatted at our computers for a little bit. We played some more games before we absolutely just went and passed out in bed. And on Sunday, I felt like shit. So we had to. I left early because after eating all that pizza and terrible food and drinking for 2 days, my body was just like, I want everything out, and I want it out your butt right now. And I was not comfortable. I ran back to the hotel 3 times, the hotel room 3 times. I was like, I gotta go. This is bad. So I packed up and left. So
yeah, I saw your Instagram story where you were leaving, and I was like, it's so early in the day.
yeah, it was. I left at like 1, but the lights come back on at 5 p.m. So it wasn't too early that I got out of there. It was still. I felt like at that time, I felt like it was enough. Next year, I do want to go Thursday through Sunday. I feel like Friday through Sunday is just not enough time to, it's over in an instant. So, but that was QuakeCon year 2. Thanks, Ryan. Big shout out, buddy.
Yeah, dude.
Ryan.
Oh, I hope he doesn't kill me over this. But I think he also made an empty promise when he was drunk.
Oh,
and,
no.
He was like, listen, guys.
Dick in your butt? No, sorry. What?
He was like, let me try to do an impression of him like I did before. Hey, y'all.
Perfect.
Y'all. Hey, y'all want to come to Paris?
Yes. What?
And
Yes. Yeah.
I was like, what? What's going on in Paris? He goes,
Arcane Studios.
well, I'm getting married.
Oh.
It'd be cool if you're there or something. No pressure. You don't have to. And I was like, all right, man, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it later. We're all drunk here. But he was like, yeah, you can have my dog. I was like, what? No,
What?
But yeah, it was a really great time. And he's so nice. I keep telling him, he's like, if you need anything, reach out to me. And I was like, I don't want to take advantage of you for anything, man. And he's like, he's like, no, listen, don't worry about it, man. I'd love to. And I was like, no, I don't. I was like, listen, you're too nice to us already. Like, I don't want to seem like burn bridges or anything. So I'm going to talk to him, though. There is one request I have. And it's, I need to get my hands on that fucking Doom helmet that they're releasing with the
Doom Eternal?
Doom Eternal thing,
Yeah.
but they're sold out online. Make it happen, Ryan. I need a copy of it.
That'd be amazing.
Just he's gonna email you a picture copy of it.
yeah, there you go. That you wanted to see it.
Here it is.
You got monkey pod, my friend.
I was gonna say, like, if we had a request, it would be like, "Hey Ryan, tell us what we need to do to become the official podcast of Quakecon."
Oh God.
Oh man. Yeah.
You know what his reply would be, especially to you and me? Show the fuck up.
I will if I'm the official podcast of Quakecon.
Yeah.
And then he'd go,
I'm gonna show up anyway.
and then he'd go, but you'd have to work it.
Man, okay.
Oh,
Oh man, I guess we got to go to parties. Oh shucks. Oh man,
shit.
man.
No, we would have to be on stage for 94 plus hours.
Yeah, 94 plus hours.
Okay, so we throw on some video games and we talk video games while we talk QuakeCon while we're at QuakeCon.
No, you don't.
No.
There's no sleep.
No
It's
sleep.
just 24 hours a day.
Yes.
Us up on the stage.
Okay.
Lines of coke across the table.
Yeah.
But they do supply the drugs.
Yeah, then we're good.
I've gone on bigger benders. This ain't shit.
All right, let's move on real quick. We got a lot to cover, especially the top box office, because The Lion King roars
Ooh.
back into number one with 76.6 million, bringing its total 400 million. It's going to break $1 billion. It will get a sequel.
I mean, technically they did. It wasn't very good. Wasn't that like one of those like straight to movie?
Oh,
like,
the second one was straight to video. The third one was back in theaters or some shit.
really?
No, it could, yeah. No, sorry. It was Lion King 1.5. That one was straight to video, and then Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, I believe was in theaters.
I don't think so.
Hmm.
I could be wrong.
What about Timon and
generally
Pumbaa's
am not.
Adventures?
I'd be really surprised if I was wrong here.
I mean, really? Okay.
Simba's Pride Theater. Was it
There's
in
no,
theaters?
there's no way.
I think it was. Hold on. I'm going down to.
I mean, obviously, I don't think they're going to do anything after. I think they're just going to keep these originals. Like, I couldn't picture them expanding. Like,
No, I don't think that they'll make. I don't think that they'll. Or was it Lion King 3? No, that went straight to video. I guess this went straight to video too. Yeah,
Yeah.
it went straight to video.
Because a lot of those did. I mean, there was only like one true. They would start with the first one, and then all the other ones would just be like on just straight to VHS at the time.
We got a lot of
Straight to
people
DVD.
to come back for the 2, though.
Oh yeah.
Matthew Broderick's back. James Earl Jones is back.
Yeah, they got everybody.
Just about. They also got Andy Dick and Nev Campbell.
Hey, listen.
That's a sign of the times right there.
Simba's Pride was a big fucking hit back in.
Andy Dick. Oh man.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came out as well, and that made 41 million for for Quentin Tarantino's biggest box office debut of all time.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, beating out
amazing.
his. What was the movie with the World War II? That was
Inglorious Bastards.
Oh, that was a good one.
beating that out. I think that made 40 million. So
I'm surprised Django Unchained didn't wasn't the bigger one, because that was that had a huge opening. I thought.
yeah, I saw this movie yesterday.
Oh, did you?
What'd you think?
I did. It was the movie that I went to go see yesterday.
I've honestly not heard a good thing about it. Everyone says it's just kind of like it looks cool, but it just has no substance.
I made a reference in the Saga chat today, but no one got it. I don't think
Because no one's seen the movie.
the movie. It's 2 hours and 45 minutes. My wife loved it, but it's 2 hours and my joke was that it was a 2 hour and 45 minute Seinfeld commercial. I mean, episode. Yeah, because literally nothing happened until the last fucking 15 minutes of the movie.
That's how it goes.
Everything else was just.
I mean, quite literally how his movies go.
I was gonna say, like, that's pretty much every Quentin Tarantino movie. He's
I
all
don't
about
know.
the dialogue.
But there was the dialogue is fine in his movie. And there's overall a very, you can tell, hey, this is where the story's going. This is what we're doing. There's an actual plot. Like, things are happening. This one, I felt like I was just watching a fucking daily vlog of this man's life, and I was like,
But in the 70s or 80s.
"What
or
is
something.
happening?" I'm pretty sure he just wanted to show off all of the '70s TV shows, commercials, and music that he loved as a kid.
Probably.
And this is how he did it. It was his vehicle to do that because I couldn't not believe how many fucking commercials, TV shows that they actually showed in this picture. I was just like, I was dumbfounded.
Like remakes or the original versions of these?
Stuff.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's just it wasn't for me. I'm sure some people are going to like it. It just wasn't. And I love Quentin Tarantino movies. They're always fun. They're always great. This one was neither for me.
Inglourious Bastards made 38 million opening weekend, and Django Unchained made 30.
Wow, that's unbelievable. Both, I mean, I thought they were both amazing films, but I guess
Agreed.
not everyone agreed. But he makes really long movies. I mean, he just dialogue heavy movies. You shouldn't expect
Which are
much.
generally fine because they're very interesting and very deep and have a lot of meaning and a lot of fun, and there's a lot of comedy in them. And but this one was just as fucking dry as bread that's been left out on the counter for a week. So, Spider-Man: Far From Home has hit 1 billion.
We're safe.
Yeah, so Marvel retains their control
For one more film.
Yep. For the third Spider-Man movie.
And it's the first Spider-Man movie that's ever crossed 1 billion.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy is that this
I can see that.
this article has the rankings of the movies and how well they did. And I gotta say, a little disappointed that Spider-Man 3 is number 2 at 891. And then Homecoming after that. But it's really sad to me that Into the Spider-Verse is in last place. It's the best fucking Spider-Man movie.
It really is.
It's like the best superhero movie. It's
Even after
phenomenal.
Far From Home. Even after Far From Home, the Spider-Verse was amazing.
Yeah, Into the Spider. That one won a goddamn Academy Award.
I think Spider-Man 3's big sell was people went into it thinking they were going to see a legit Venom, and then they just came out of it like with emo Spider-Man and shitty fucking That 70s Show Venom.
That 70s show Venom.
Yeah, it was Topher Grace who played Venom, and it was so stupid. It was like making fun of like itself, with like the scene that just irks me is Topher Grace going, "Hey Peter, my spider sense is tingling," and then he turns into like Venom, and I was like, "Shut the fuck up, Topher Grace."
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Sorry, not really Topher Grace, but the character he played.
Eddie Block.
Eddie Block.
My name is Eddie Block, and I'm a news reporter. And I live in San Francisco and shit's going south.
I'm sorry. Sith is going south?
Shit is going south.
Oh, okay. That's not.
Hold on.
So
I haven't done this voice just right yet.
Hold on.
I
Hold
now
on.
live in the shadows.
What happens when Bane meets Eddie Block? Hold on. I'll play Bane.
Okay.
Oh,
I see that you've come to my city.
What?
I see that you've come to Gotham.
Oh shit, I totally missed Queens by a few miles.
Yes, Queens is to the left. You came wrong.
I totally forgot to take the exit on the bridge to head to Queens. Ah! The symbiote burns!
Maybe you were born in the burning. I was raised in it, born by it, molded by it. You merely adopted the symbiote.
Yeah, no, it totally adopted me. Eddie Block, news reporter.
Bane! Terrorist!
God damn it. Why do people listen to us again?
I don't know, because we make ourselves laugh at dumb jokes.
That's true.
Trying to piss on me.
What?
Zebok has donated $30, by the way. He says, you have already have $10 toward QuakeCon. Don't forget to bring your game of water.
Oh man,
Thanks, Ryan.
that joke went around QuakeCon this year.
Gamer water?
Big time. Yeah. People were like, "Hey, I'm about to take a piss in a cup. Anybody want to buy it?" So it was quite something.
I don't get it.
I strongly suggest everyone go follow the QuakeCon Discord because shit's wild.
One question I forgot to ask you. How was the AC in there, man? Because you get a lot of bodies. Is that
was one of the biggest issues this year. Last year, it was super cold. This year, they decided to put the esports arena right next to the BYOC. Last year, I think it was upstairs or another. It was down one more convention hall. So they put up this air. They put up this wall, right? This fake wall. So the circulation was shit, and the entire BYOC was on fucking fire during like the hottest points of the day. Anywhere from maybe like 1 p.m. until like 7 p.m. Some parts of it was just roasting, and you had to get up and go walk around to cool down. So that sucked. So I definitely left feedback and told them, "Hey guys, can we not put that wall up again next year?"
man?
So
It's gonna smell like Fritos and BO.
it already did. Like there's people.
It already did.
Yeah. There's people who don't shower and, they're told, "Hey, bud, can you just go please take a shower?" Like it's gross. And there's people who will leave their food out and all that kind of stuff. And, it starts to smell by Sunday. You're just like, yes, that rotten air. I've come to love it.
I mean, you get whiffs of it at Comic-Con, but I would assume in a LAN party, like, probably be multiplied.
Oh, yeah, it definitely is. For the most part, though, you're fine. But it's when you walk by people, sometimes you're like, oof, if I was sitting next to them, I would have a conversation.
Or request a change of spots.
No, you literally just, I think you can nicely say, "Hey, bro, I got to sit next to you. Can you please go take a shower? It's okay to leave your PC for 5 minutes." Like, sometimes you have to. And it's been told to people before.
Mm-hmm.
But most people are pretty receptive, and I guess they're just like, yeah, sure.
Sorry, I've been here the last 72 hours. I didn't realize.
I'm getting my money's worth.
So, and you're not allowed to sleep in the BYOC anymore. I don't know if it was ever allowed, but they've cracked down on that. So people actually have to return to their hotel rooms. I did see a dude. I parked when I was leaving on Sunday. I saw a guy sleeping in his Tesla, and I went, "Ooh, car's too expensive to get the hotel room, huh?" So
Yeah.
Wait, so was the BYOC like full 24-hour access then?
you can go in all 24 hours a day.
That's pretty rad. At least like if you couldn't sleep and it's like 3 a.m, you're like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go down and play some games."
And so the showroom is open during the day until like 9 p.m. and stuff. So
So it's like like other conventions where they have like a dedicated like after party and stuff.
yeah, it's
Cool, man. Sorry to get back on that.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I mean, this episode is a big chunk of it. I talked about QuakeCon, so
There you go, because we want to become that official QuakeCon podcast.
Yeah. Ryan, make it happen.
Smash that like and subscribe and comment buttons.
Ryan, I swear to God, we'll smash your like button on every post on every social media.
Z-Box like, huh?
Yeah. Regal, guys, has decided that they're going to go ahead and do an unlimited movie ticket subscription because, well, shit, everyone else is making a ton of money.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not us?
I think we talked
my
about
God.
theirs.
Huh?
I feel like we've talked about theirs, haven't we? Because they're the ones they're doing like the limited where it's like only 2, for the cheapest 18 a month or whatever it is.
But they've finally announced the pricing, and they announced all the details, and they announced when it's going to launch.
I'm looking at their subscription plans, and it just reminded me of that Anthem release time chart.
Yeah.
It's like, here's how they're going to release the Regal time chart, the subscription tiers. Oh,
Yeah, this is kind of dumb because there's the 3 check marks, and like so the first one, the Regal Unlimited, mini theaters check, The next one, mini theaters and more theaters, checked. And then the third one, Regal Unlimited all access, all 3 are checked. So it's mini, more, and all. I feel like all you needed to check was all.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Yeah.
That's kind of what all means.
Or
Kind of
if you
number.
live across the street from a theater and you don't need many theaters, you have the one you need.
Well,
Right there.
Are you
No.
gonna be my
I think
sugar
it's also
daddy?
thinking if like you're traveling or something, right? Like, oh,
Yeah.
I can go see a movie out of state or whatever. But also, my issue with it is it's like with the mini, it's like there's 200 select theaters. Okay, but what if none of those 200 are near me? Well, then, maybe it's one of the 400 for the unlimited plus. But what if none of those 400 are near me? I have to spend $23.50 a month because the one theater that has this near me is, that sucks. That
Not only
fucking
that,
sucks.
I feel like you're shortchanging people by asking like $2 extra. Like, just include it all, like $20 a month, and be done with it, and stop stop trying to fucking nickel and dime somebody.
It is kind of weird that it's like 18, 21, and then $23.50. It's like
Yeah.
it should be like 14, 20, and 25. It's like for 15, 20, and 25.
It's really strange.
And you need to have it set to where no matter where you are, whatever theater's closest to you is the one that like no matter it needs to be. You at least have that one theater near you. There has to be.
Fuck this movie theater. They're not even axing the convenience fees. So instead of $1 for each ticket sold, now it's only 50 cents. Fuck that.
Oh man, those convenience fees are so fucking shitty. I bought some tickets for a concert over the weekend, and I bought 2 tickets, but paid the price of 3. It was basically inconvenience fees. So
Wait, but do you still have to pay that? Because isn't the point of this like you don't have to pay that? I'm confused.
I probably, if you want to get like tickets for like additional tickets, maybe.
No blackout dates. Free large popcorn and soft drink on your birthday. Oh, get out of here. 15% off all food and non-alcoholic drink purchases. Okay, that's not bad. Or 10%, sorry. And then earn Regal's Crown Club credits with every dollar spent using
Yeah.
your subscription. Wait, but do I still have to buy a movie ticket on top of paying this money?
No, you won't have to buy a movie ticket. You like those are included. But you have to pay the extra convenience fee to get the ticket online.
You're out of your fucking mind, Regal.
We need that 50 cents you don't understand.
By the way, listeners, the silence was really bold. All 3 of us kind of shaking our heads, really. Like, this is ridiculous.
That's so stupid.
But guess what else is happening in the movie world? They're going to go ahead and test dynamic pricing. Haha.
Yeah.
After this, because they had, I guess, successful Discount Tuesdays. Movie theater chains around the country adopted Discount Tuesday price drop in order to get more butts into seats. And it worked. So, but this was predicted. We talked about this years ago, and we even talked about it with how George Lucas and Spielberg said that there was going to be dynamic pricing. They said you're going to have to pay like $25 to see the next Iron Man, and you're probably only going to have to pay $7 to go see Lincoln.
Yeah.
And
to put into context when this came out, like 2012, 2013.
yeah, when they predicted it. And here we go. This is the start. I think that
we'll see.
I think that this is the start to where they say, obviously they go, all right, well, on less busy days during the week, we can discount it. We'll start there. But then we'll start to test the waters on the weekends, and we'll just creep those prices up a little bit to maybe $15 a ticket during peak hours. Kind of like how Uber does when you want to use an Uber.
Yeah, we'll see. Because here's the problem. They're already having trouble getting people into the movie theaters to begin with. And by increasing prices to movies that much, even if it is like, oh, you're seeing at 7 p.m. on a Friday, yeah, but I don't want to spend $20 to go see a movie. People aren't going to spend that. And then, yeah, you may be doing better on Tuesday. Tuesday now may become your peak day because suddenly it's $5 to see that movie instead. So you're going to lose your big box office weekends because you will lose a large amount of people that are literally like, I'm not spending $20 a ticket, because then all of a sudden that date is now $40 just for tickets, and then you add on everything else, you're looking at $80 or whatever just to fucking see a movie.
Yeah.
Although you also have to remember that maybe this whole subscription service cancels that whole thing out. Like, it won't matter because of how many people are just subscribing to.
This is their way of like getting people to subscribe.
So,
I mean,
yeah,
maybe
people subscribe.
Yeah, unless they start like giving you discounts instead. It's like, oh well, now, but you see, you're seeing that Friday at 7, so now I need to charge you $5 for that ticket instead of 15.
Convenience fee.
Convenience fee.
Yeah. So I don't know. I again, as an industry that while it is making more money than obviously it's ever made before, they still have issues getting people to see these movies that aren't Iron Man and stuff. And that's why, again, Spielberg is like, you'll pay $7 to see Lincoln, and then they have the quotes and stuff, and then Lucas is like, we're talking Lincoln and Red Tails. We barely got them into theaters. Bitch, no one wanted to see Red Tails the first place.
I would think that would fuck with the dynamic of the box office, though. Then
Well,
that means every fucking popcorn title is going to dominate, and every movie worth its salt is going to just not generate enough money.
Well, and that's Lucas says eventually the Lincolns will go away and they're going to be on television, which we are starting to see that kind of push towards HBO, Netflix, Amazon, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Which again they talked about in 2013, and that will if this happens, that's what's going to be true, because the only way studios are going to make money off of films is going to be these huge blockbusters that just pull in tons and tons of cash. I mean, like, Disney's set so many. They've already broken the amount a studio has made in the box office for a year, and it's only fucking July, and they still haven't released Star Wars yet or Frozen 2.
They've made $7 billion alone off of remakes in the last 9 years.
Yeah, like they've
they've made their money back on both Marvel and Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and so that's gonna be the problem. You're gonna, you want to go see, like Tarantino, the fact that his movies only kind of average about 150 million total gross for these movies, because he only makes them for like 30 million or whatever, and then they make 30 million opening weekend, they play out a couple of weeks, and then that's it. Like, we won't see his movies in theaters. They'll go to Amazon. They'll go to Hulu. They'll go to Amazon Prime. They'll go to Netflix. They'll go to HBO. They'll go elsewhere because there won't be an audience to watch that shit in theaters anymore if they raise prices like this. Because, yeah, I love Tarantino. I ain't spending $20 to see his movie. I'll wait. I can wait.
Greed also plays a big part of it, because it's just like companies used to, these movie studios used to make a ton of money off of just smaller stuff. Like Quentin Tarantino could make a movie for that 30 million. He pulls 150. They make a pretty good profit off of it. But then they see this whole Marvel dynamic, and they're like, these movies are making $1 billion a piece. Man, we need to make those movies and those movies alone and make them big money.
Well, it costs us
that
$300.
Gonna pop sooner or later, though.
It cost us $300 million to make, but we just made over $1 billion, so we've made $700 million over $700 million in profit. It's like, well, that's fucking hard. Yeah. I'm sorry that the 70 million or whatever that you made in profit is not good enough. Sorry.
More profits.
I mean, you kind of see that with Kevin Smith, right? Like, his thing was always like, I make a movie for least amount of cash, which $10 million, I can make a movie. As long as it makes 20 million, they'll let me keep making movies. But he ain't really had a lot of movies come out as of late with that kind of thing. Well, I guess he did. He did have what's that called? The ones with Johnny Depp. Fuck, what's the name? Walrus.
Yeah, his Great Northern, or whatever it's called,
trilogy.
Tusk,
Tusk,
and Yoga Hosers.
And then his final one will be.
He also did Red State.
But
Red State was fan-fucking-tastic. But that was another one that it flew in under the radar. I didn't even know it was a Kevin Smith movie until I watched it and it said directed by Kevin Smith, at the beginning.
Also, he's been doing a lot of TV lately. But Yeah, I mean, he's had a really good career. You look at his movies and stuff. He's got a huge fucking line of titles. It's insane. But yeah, no, I agree, and that's I can't wait for this. I think the Jay and Silent Bob reboot is gonna. I think it's gonna be his largest grossing movie of all of his movies because it's perfect. It's so on point with everything that we're seeing in Hollywood, and it's Jay and Silent Bob, and so it's like, but this is people love Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and again we're doing the same movie again. It's fucking
also
hilarious.
Also, when's the last time we had a stoner movie in theaters?
Yeah.
Super Troopers
It's been a
2.
bit.
Super Troopers 2 back in April.
That wasn't this year, was it? That was last year,
Bet. That was this year.
2018. Super
Four?
Troopers 2.
For 2019. I don't know.
You fucker.
It was released in 2018.
Yeah.
Still. So a year. I mean, but again, I don't know. How many stoner movies do you really know
Like
of?
I'm talking about in a wide release theater, yeah.
Let's see. Moving on. AT&T is launching their 15th streaming service this fall.
What now?
So fucking no.
Fuck.
They've got DirecTV Now, HBO Max, and Watch TV. They've revealed a service in select markets during the third. They didn't describe how it's going to work, but they promised more in the coming weeks. So I guess it's going to be powered by an optional Android TV set-top box. I don't fucking know.
That's our future.
Fucking stupid. There's some news about the Joker movie, which Todd Phillips thinks that it can win the Venice Film Festival's top prize, while the festival director was like, nah, fuck that. This movie's headed to the Oscars, and it's going to win.
That's an interesting, bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
Hey, it could, man. Like, the way that they're describing the film, it seems like it's going to be a big indie hit.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
I saw an extended trailer during yesterday's showing, and it looks pretty fantastic. So, and getting rid of here the last story, we might be getting more Good Omens, which is awesome. I guess they're talking. Neil Gaiman and Amazon are chatting about he has more ideas and how it can continue.
That's awesome.
I'm okay with that. Doug does not look happy with that news.
There's okay, love Neil Gaiman, love his books, but and we've talked about this in our chat. The voice of the characters is 100% Terry Pratchett, 100%. The way he writes dialogue, no one else writes dialogue that way. And unfortunately, he passed away in 2014. And
To bring him back.
so bring him back.
Everyone's getting reboots nowadays.
Just
Bring
reboot
him
Terry
back.
Pratchett.
Terry Pratchett.
So that's where I have issues, is just like, seeing the show and having read the book and stuff, to hear them say these lines that were written in the book from him. They just, the wit and just I don't know, just how smart some of the jokes are, even though they're so silly, is so him. And so that's where I love Neil Gaiman, but it's just tough for me to, since it is a collaborative work, to have the other person missing. And he was, there's been all these, like, especially when the show was coming out, there was all this stuff where it was like, oh, it's Terry Pratchett's dream to have this made into a show, and Neil Gaiman's really pushed to make that happen and stuff, which great. But at the same time, like, it in itself is such a well-contained story from beginning to end that it's hard to imagine what is next. And I know that's the show's job, I guess, to like come up with something, but it's just, it had a beginning and it had an end, and it had a good end, and it's like, it doesn't need more. You know what I mean? Like, sure, we'd love to see these characters return, but at the same time, we don't. You know what I mean? There's not any open questions. I don't feel like everyone's stories are kind of wrapped up.
Yeah.
Prequel.
It's like a prequel in the fucking show, man.
Yeah.
There's like a whole episode, and I commented on this when I was watching it. There is like one episode, like episode 4, or something, that the title sequence for the show shows up 30 minutes into the show, and the show is only 50 minutes long, and it's like
Yeah.
the intro, it's all flashbacks between Crowley and whatever his name is, the angel, right? So it's just one of those like, what the
Derek.
what else is how?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, you could explore the timeline because they do skip around. They've been around forever, so you could spend time in different places. I don't fucking. But Tesla is going to be adding Netflix and YouTube to its cars. As long as you're stopped, you can play.
Oh, okay. As long as there's a sensor until someone jailbreaks it or something.
So, luck jailbreaking that car.
I mean, it's Android, isn't it? Like it's.
Ugh. They wouldn't put that dirty ass OS on a Tesla, Kevin.
Oh man.
I just offended like 90% of the listeners.
So this
Ryan
Ubuntu.
says it's running Ubuntu.
Oh, okay. So,
Linux.
Linux.
by the way, while we were all talking, Random donated $30 and said Quakecon 2020. So thank you, Random.
Random, are you coming this year? You gonna come down?
Yeah, will you come and join
Can you
us?
stop saying it like that.
You gonna play with us?
You're nasty,
Come down.
nasty.
You gonna
Hey.
come down to Texas and play with us?
Kev, you listened to the goofs and stuff, right?
I
On the
think
song-
I got through them all.
On
I
the song
think I
up-
did.
Yeah, there's like 20 minutes. Sorry, the
Yeah.
one where you're like, I'm gonna shoot my fist at Santa, and like, I'm gonna fist his ass, and it's like, can we
Oh,
not
yeah.
can we not say it that way? Santa, I've been wanting to fist you all month. It's just like, God damn it.
Dude, side note, if you haven't listened to that episode, go listen to that. Jeremy, listen to that episode. Break your fucking habit. It is such a funny episode. I don't mean to toot my
Dude.
own horn on that.
Cher,
It
you're
just- it was
really
such a-
good too. Like,
Yeah, dude.
the dynamic
Jeremy
is so
kills it.
fucking good.
Everyone, Kale, everyone calls in their A game. Chub Rub, everyone, Sawbone, everyone has their
Willie.
moments in it, and it's so good. Yeah, Willie. But just even Franca shows up. It's like Franca's in the episode.
Oilers.
Well, not as Franca's, so you don't know who.
Oilers.
It was just a good episode. I was listening to it, editing it, and I was just like, this is. I was texting the Saga chat, just like, this is the fucking funniest episode I think we've ever recorded. This shit is so fucking good.
It'll get it. It'll get a sequel.
I hope so.
Nintendo is reporting that they're going to they're gonna accept all repairs for the Joy-Con issues that they're having on the Switch, and that only came after the fact that there was a class action lawsuit over the design of the joystick because it drifts, and they didn't address it. They did say that you had to send it in and you have to pay to get it fixed. See, sometimes Nintendo doesn't change and Nintendo stays Nintendo, and you're like, this is where you want to say fuck Nintendo because they're just sometimes assholes. But then they were like, oh shit, we're about to get sued. Let's do something about it now, and they're gonna fix everything for free.
Ha 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 ha! It was a fun joke, right, guys? So we're totally gonna fix these for free. Ha 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 ha! Ha! Where's Reggie?
Please, no.
Yeah. I
So
wonder
the-
if that's going to make them go back on their design for the Switch Mini or whatever.
I would
Oh,
hope
no,
that they would have
absolutely.
fixed that issue and probably addressed it in their design.
Well, remember we talked about that when we were talking about the first leak. They said it didn't look like they changed, like when they started
looks
talking.
like we can't see internals.
Yeah, the internals. I mean, that was part of the problem is that stuff was coming undone in the insides. So hopefully they fix it.
Corsair has purchased Origin PC to boost its gaming rig efforts. So if you would like a pre-build, now you can have both you can mix and match with all the RBGs you want.
And that was a day after Origin released their like I forgot what they called it. It was like an all-encompassing. It had all the consoles built in. So it had an Xbox One X, a PS4 Pro, and also a Nintendo Switch all built into this. And it was just a huge rig. And then like the day later, Corsair buys them.
Corsair now owns like all the gaming, like PC gaming network. They're like their own consoles. Like they own Elgato. They purchased them last year.
Oh,
They own
yeah.
Orange.
Hmm.
And now they own, so they've got like every corner of the PC market.
now they just need graphic cards.
Speaking
Jump
of
into that.
if anyone wants to pick me up the Stream Deck XL,
Stop it. You don't even need it.
sure I do. I have all of our show stuff crammed onto one tiny page, so I can have 32
folders.
buttons. Fuck your folders.
Those folders.
The 8-bit stream is all in one folder. Now,
Yeah,
listen,
mine is too.
yeah, but
Mine is. I got a whole one for Brawl.
I got one for everything.
yeah,
Everybody in the club getting tipsy.
but for
I had this idea on
I
mine.
have 3 folders. I have for my personal stream. I have 3 separate folders because I'm jam packed full of stuff.
I had this wonderful idea that I'd put on. I have a game folder with all the cool icons on the, and then I was like, yeah, I'll just use this as a universal launcher. And I haven't touched it for launching games.
Seriously, I did the same thing for like when I first got it, and I was like, I don't fucking hit that.
Yeah,
I will
I
say
never thought about that. I might do that.
you won't. But I like so for all my tweets and stuff I send out when I game, I have GIFs attached to the tweets and stuff, and they're my icons for the buttons, so all those buttons move. Like they have like the GIF playing. It's super.
Yeah.
It looks super cool.
that's pretty neat.
So sorry to
let's
derail
see.
us.
Oh, hey, let's go back to Quakecon, by the way.
All right.
Yeah.
So Bethesda released, oh my god. So Doom Switch required you to log in with a Bethesda.net account. And we're talking like Doom Switch, like early Doom Switch. Like it was a way to connect people with Slayers Club. And everyone went fucking ape shit and just went and memed the shit out of every single game with, like they just made memes about it all. It was really funny. You have to look it up. And then it carried over into QuakeCon as well. And it was like, oh, sorry, you can't do this because you don't have a Bethesda.net account. And it kept going on and on.
Oh.
It was hilarious.
Hi, yes, I'd like to buy a bottle of balls, please. Okay, what's your Bethesda.net account?
Yeah.
I've really got to pee. You can go in there. What's your Bethesda.net account?
And I guess you had to connect to internet too. And it was like, okay, guys. It was like, so the memes have just been really crazy. There's one for Mario where at the beginning of Mario 64, Dear Mario, a Bethesda account is required to play this title. Please connect to the internet to continue.
Sincerely yours, Peach.
So,
Oh, that would be some shit Toad would say.
Toad's an asshole.
last story of the night before we go, we have some Sea of Thieves news for Sea of Thieves news because why not? Guys, I'd like to announce that after 14 years of the game being on the market, we're finally getting pets
Fuck
Yay.
yes.
next year.
No.
Fuck
Fairly
no.
Why?
I want to know what type of pets because,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
a monkey, cool. Parrot, super cool. Doggo, the best. Doggo, go dig that treasure for me. I've got to fight skeletons.
There you go. There's an idea there, Rare.
Yeah. Monkey holds extra bananas. See, there's so many. A parrot, it just says funny things.
Yes, worth it.
He sings when you play music.
Kev would be back in.
Give away your position when you're like trying to sneak up on somebody.
Yeah. Kev would
He's right behind you.
He'd be okay. He'd be like, as
I'd
long
buy
as
it.
I can play with my pet, I'm good.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, if they have that option like in Far Cry or Red Dead where you pet the dog, I'm like, all right, I'm on board with this.
So that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got for news. That's all I got for a show. That's it. That's the end. Kaput. Goodbye.
Kaput. Yeah, any
Man,
questions?
actually, man, seriously though, the parrot telling you that danger's nearby would be so fucking smart. Like,
It would be, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, that would require too much coding for them. And you know their team size is only like 2 people. So,
that's an easy thing to code.
No Man's Sky.
Yeah. Think
dude,
about, like,
their updates have been so small.
like you're getting ready to be attacked by the Kraken, and like 2 seconds before the parrot goes Kraken. It's easy code because you know the game knows because the water starts turning color, the music changes. So right before that cue, parrot line or skeletons about to pop out of the ground. Same thing. You AOE'd them. You got near the range wherever they pop out of the ground. Same thing. It just triggers. It just triggers the parrot to say a line.
Ryan, how long would that take?
Brock, you're fucked. Brock.
Our Ryan, not Bethesda Ryan.
Although Bethesda Ryan, feel free to chime in.
Yeah, you're good too.
By the way, Ratty Blue Wizard resubscribed for 10 months and says, WTF happened to Bethesda from Fallout 4 to now?
Nothing.
I mean, you know,
Well, they made some
Nothing.
mistakes.
They
seven
They
things,
just
things and
made
stuff.
some dumb mistakes.
Which hey, we love Bethesda though. We're the official podcast of Quakecon.
Yeah.
Listen, there have just been a couple of small missteps, but everything's great here at Bethesda. Wink. We love Bethesda.
Hey, by the way, starting next week, unfortunately, you will need a Bethesda.net account to listen to our show.
Yep.
But no big deal.
Ryan
It'll be
says
patched out by episode 330.
Ryan says Zebok says it would only take about a week or 2 to implement and test. Boom.
So that's
Oh.
normal. That's normal time. We're talking about Sea of Thieves development, Rare development. So 2 months.
Still, I mean, it's better than most of their stuff. So
All right, that's it. We're out. If you want to stay tuned, we're going to take 3 to maybe 5 questions, and that's it. Just that's it, because we got other shit to do.
yeah, we got a long night ahead of us.
So, stay tuned. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Doug.
I'm Kevin.
Until next time, lots of love, hugs, and all that bullshit.